one Indian community health campaign in Malaysia. Right now we are doing in Klang, Selangor, Malaysia, and this is one of the sixth of our events. One Indian community health camps are organized by Persatuan Swings and Coast in Malaysia, and we are now looking at all the Indian community in this area of health awareness. And I believe you have been following us on all our campaigns. The last few campaigns we had in Kuala Lumpur and now in Klang. What interests you so much to follow this campaign? Why are you so keen to follow the Indian Community Health Campaign, which is organized by Swings and Coast Malaysia?
Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for inviting me. Yes, I've been to several of these. My colleague, Sangeeta Kaur, invited me. She's a colleague at the University of Perdana. She invited me to become involved. I think it's important because among the Indian community, there is a high level of things like obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and there's also people who don't have actual disease but have risk factors for later developing disease. And I think it's important to go tackle the diseases that are there and to prevent those with risk factors from developing the disease later. Prevention being better than cure.
So far, what have you seen that we are doing that promoting that kind of awareness? What do you think?
Well, I think there's been a lot of recording of very important data, like for example height, weight, BMI, body mass index, blood pressure, sometimes blood test also, cholesterol levels, blood sugar levels. This is all very important to track what level of abnormality in these things are there. Because if you don't tackle, for example, obesity, some of those will go on to develop heart disease and diabetes. So tracking the data is very important.
Do you think we are achieving that target, what we are doing now?
I think so, because I think one good thing about this is that it's not being done in a medical center. Here we are, we're in a Tamil school today. We've previously been in Gurdwaras and so on. So it's in places where people congregate, people go. So that's
and
very
people
important.
feel free and relaxed
Exactly.
more rather than tension.
It's not strained by being in a medical center or in a health center.
Is your background in health? Are you from health background, public health? Or?
Yes, I am. My background is I'm a professor of family medicine at Perdana University.
That's good.
But I'm from Ireland.
Okay.
But I spent 26 years working in the National Health Service in the UK. So I was initially a hospital doctor, and I worked in lots of areas. And I actually developed as a GP subsequently. I was a hospital doctor in Glasgow in Scotland, and then I became a GP near Liverpool. But in Liverpool, I developed the UK's first exercise prescribing scheme, so that if a patient who was overweight or obese went to a GP, instead of being scolded and for being overweight, the GP could actually refer them to a local leisure centre with an actual prescription for 6 weeks of exercise, for example. I also developed later the UK's first heart failure centre, because heart failure was a big problem in the UK. It still is a big problem in the UK. So I developed the first one run by a GP and nurses and exercise physiologists, and that still continues. That was way back in about 2000. So I have had a long interest in public health aspects of GP's roles and so on.
So you feel that what we are doing, we are on the right track?
Absolutely.
Right? And is there anything you recommend for us to go further, how to improve on what we're doing in Malaysia?
I think the data that's being collected is collected by hand. It's all handwritten. I think if it were possible to do that electronically, it would be much easier to research and see how well or not well we're doing. I think it's important to do that. I think also maybe widening the net a bit. At the moment, you have a very wide age range. There are children being seen, young people, adolescents, elderly people, middle age, and so on. I think we maybe split it into focusing on those with the disease and then separately those without. So focusing on maybe the younger people with risk factors. So if somebody is in their 20s but they're obese, then we should track those people as well. At the moment, it's all done together, which is good, but it might be better to track the people with the risk factors separately and those with disease separately.
We hope to do that in the next year, and we get new funding from MITRA, Malaysian government, MITRA, the one taking out the Indian community. We hope that whatever we pick up from here now, with your advice, whatever we pick up on the ground, the information we gather, the data we gather, we hope that we'll go further next year. And as you recommended, we go age groups.
And also looking at things like monitoring treatment. So for those who have diabetes.
Yeah.
Are they getting the right treatment? Are they getting drugs like metformin, ACE inhibitor, and so forth? But I think that's why. I think you go, you start, and
Yeah.
I think also what's very good about this is that it's not just the Sings and Core Society, it's a collaborative approach between Mitra, the university, and Sings and Core.
Yeah.
And I think collaboration is the key to this, rather than just being purely like a university
Yeah, This is
developed thing.
get the whole community involved.
Absolutely,
The
absolutely.
academics, the
Yeah.
people on the ground,
I think
the
collaboration is the
NGOs,
key.
and even the government get involved.
Yeah.
I think we are the right path, and hopefully one day we will succeed in getting the whole Indian community under the MITRA program.
Yeah.
And we hope to get them on board, and hopefully we can monitor them and give them a better way of life. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Thank
it's all
you.
about improving quality of life.
Yeah.
isn't it? Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Professor. Thank you very much for being here.
My
Being
pleasure.
all the time, and all the best. Thank you very much.
Okay,